Cool.
Hello. Hi, dog owners. Any of you looking to breed?
Hi.
But just when things were going to the dogs,
Jerry Lee, what's up?
they step in something over their heads.
Federal agents, you're under arrest.
Jerry Lee swallowed something he shouldn't have.
This chip is what we call an alpha. It's kind of like the big kahuna of microchips.
Welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Sequel. This movie podcast where we're talking sequels, and we do it in two parts. The first, an interview with an actor or someone involved that made the film worth watching. And the second, a discussion of the sequel, what they got right, what they got wrong, and how it could have been better. Really hope you enjoyed last week's interview with actor Matthew Bennett, now photographer and still actor. He was recently on like CSI Toronto that they have up there. It was Law and Order Toronto. So he's still in the acting game. In this week's sequel, K-9 PI, he plays an FBI agent, but you might have seen him on Battlestar Galactica, Orphan Black, Taken, a ton of other stuff. Great dude. Loves acting. It was really cool to talk about his journey because he was kind of methodical, but he really did enjoy it. He talked about working with Corey Haim on Just One of the Girls, which is one of the titles they changed it to that we were going to do. But how can you not talk about Dooley and Jerry Lee? But before I talk about, like, is he the wingman for his dog and other things, I got to introduce you to my partner in this sequel watching journey, Jamie Riccardi. Jamie, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Doug. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I took your strategy because I've been busy, A, but B, I really wanted to go in blind and not know any of the back history. Like, I have the VHS tapes of the first two, but I've never seen it.
You've never saw the first one?
I don't think I'm sure, again, as a kid that, even though I played sports, went outside, I watched a lot of TV. Like, I do, and I still do.
Did you see Turner and Hooch?
Oh, yeah. I've seen Turner and Hooch, yeah.
So I think K-9 came out, it's like one of those things where, Volcano and Dante's Peak and
yep.
All those movies. And I think Turner and Hooch and K-9 came out around the same time. I could be mistaken.
That makes sense.
But, I mean, I haven't seen K-9 in a long time, but it's actually very funny. I mean, it was, I think Jim Belushi at his prime, Red Heat. What was that other big movie he did? The funny movie?
Did the Real Men movie that you really
Real
like.
Men.
That wasn't a big movie.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
he was crushing it.
He was crushing it back then. So K-9 was very entertaining, and so I was surprised when you said. I mean, I knew they had a second one. I didn't see the second one. I definitely did not know they had a third one. So
yeah,
my biggest question is, before we even start, one. Is it the same dog from the first movie?
It's true. Timeline-wise, like, it'd be very rare to see a dog that's 15 maybe or 14 do these things.
Yes. So, which leads to my second question. So, if we're looking at, like, the movie as, like, a real-life scenario, if he's retiring now, how old is that dog?
I know.
Because, I mean, like, if we're talking dog years and human years and he's retiring, that dog should have been dead already.
Oh, no. He's 84 at least. You got to think the first one's got to be 88, 89. This movie's 2002.
Okay. So, right. No, but I'm saying movie line, like, so from the first movie to now.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they were going to throw a line in for people like us that were like, hey, that dog should be dead.
But because, I mean, if you watch the first one, he doesn't look close to retiring, right? I mean, honestly, he doesn't look that close. I mean, he looks pretty good. I mean, for the movie coming out, he still looks the same. And I was just saying,
Belushi or the dog?
Well, the dog looks great for his age. But, I got to tell you, for a direct-to-DVD movie that I've never heard of, it was entertaining.
It was.
And I think a large part of it is, again, I know the first movie, they played it very similar to the first movie. It didn't miss a beat. Like the bonding, the way Jim Belushi does it, I feel like he still had it. He still had that charm that he has, but the sarcasm that he has, and I think that's what made it work. I think it was literally, if you didn't tell me it was straight to DVD, I would think it could have been in the theater. Like with the other ones. I think With that being said, I have a problem with the ending, like the villain, because I think she was good to look at. She was an awful actress.
She was really bad.
Really bad.
Terrible that it gave away the whole thing. You could tell right away, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, well, her acting was awful, but like I thought something else I thought was going to be too obvious that they were going to be the villains and they weren't. And I think that's where I thought the villains would go until I met her. And I'm like, oh, it's obvious. But
yeah,
still.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that
Oh,
was
man.
my main question. How old is Jerry?
How old is
in this
Jerry
movie
Lee?
world?
Yeah. But it's so funny. Before we started recording, we were talking about like Billy Bob, how he always like nails lines. Belushi's always good too. Like I'm thinking in my head, like even when he shows up for a few minutes, like in Jingle All the Way, when he's going to buy and he's like the Santa Claus, that's kind of like crooked. He's a phenomenal actor.
Oh,
like he's really good comedic wise. According to Jim, was on for a long time.
I never watched that show.
I didn't either, but
but it was on for a long
good.
time. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like that's why the movie I feel like didn't miss a beat with the first one because Jim really like he plays it well. And listen, he literally has his lines with a dog. He's acting alongside the dog and like having that relationship. That can't be easy to do. He literally talks to the dog like it's a human. So like the fact that he could steal these scenes and like literally look like he has this relationship with his dog, that just shows you how good he is. So yeah. No,
I watched
absolutely.
like this behind the scenes featurette just before we started recording on YouTube, and I was like skipping around to see like parts that Belushi was talking, and he talked about like the way he wanted this movie shot was always like him and the dog in frame because he really wanted people to know about the relationship because that's what it is, them like looking out and caring for each other, because there's some scenes that are really silly, like where he's caring for Jerry Lee, like, oh man, come on. And then the opposite. And Jerry Lee's like thinking about him and worrying about him.
Well, so let me give you a little bit, since this doesn't happen too often. Usually I don't see the movies at all. And then it's a brand new and usually know about the older movies. So since you didn't see the first one, give you an idea how he gets Jerry Lee, right? So he's I think he needed I don't know if it was a drug villain or something, but he goes to Ed O'Neill. Who's the dog?
I do know that.
He's the dog handler, who gives him Jerry Lee, who's an absolute beast. Like no one wants to take him because he's just like tears things up. And like, so the whole movie, he's basically arguing with Jerry Lee the entire time. Like Jerry Lee's helping him, but they're not getting along. Like, even when he's like trying to be alone with his woman, the woman loves Jerry Lee, he gets involved. I think there's a point where he like handcuffs Jerry Lee to like the steering wheel and he rips it off. And, like it's literally like, they don't get along at all.
That's amazing.
Something else happens in this movie. The French poodle, that was his love interest from the first movie. A French poodle. That's why he didn't find the other one attractive. Do you understand?
I get it.
So that makes it a little more. So
that was a little creepy when they were making faces at each other.
Well, there's a lot of creepy.
Jerry.
There's a lot of creepy ones in this. We'll get there. But so that was their relationship. So my question is, do policemen take home the police dogs?
I know 2 cops that when they retired, they took the dog home, or when the dog retired, they took him home.
Okay.
I guess that would be a bond. You got to think if how many cops use that dog? Is the dog just working one shift?
Well, if you based on the
Does
first
the dog
movie,
get paid?
Is a dog in SAG? I mean,
so speaking of the dog, real quick, there was a huge search for this dog. His name is Rando. And he is from West Germany. It took 2 years
to find the right dog,
to find the perfect dog, because he could do 125 actions.
That's amazing.
That's nuts. Amazing. And you really think about it when you watch it, like when they're doing when he's mimicking, when they're working out and he's holding the weight, and it's like there's so many of these things that he's doing and the dog's doing the same thing. It's pretty good. It makes it even better because we talk about like when bad puppets, I'm not going to say Munchie, but other ones that we've talked about, and they're like not moving well. And you're like, this is terrible. And even with dog movies too, you have a dog that's not really interactive. They're trying to like make it with camera moves, but he does some cool stuff in this movie.
Well, that's the whole point. Like that, like I said before, like he's like a human character in this movie. And that's why I would definitely recommend the first one, because to really see how they started, like and the way Dooley is, like it's very funny because again it's like one of those movies where he hates him in the beginning, and then he learns to love him at the end of the movie. I mean, there's a scene where he fakes an injury, the dog, and Jim Belushi's all upset and everything. Oh, it's great. It's and you see the dog like peeking, like seeing
That's
him
awesome.
like upset, like yeah. So like it's amazing like what they do in these movies, and that's why I think they're good. I mean, I'd almost be curious to see the second one now, just because the first one's great. The first one really is good, so it's definitely worth watching.
No, I got it. No, I definitely have to. All right, cool. Okay. So let's get started with the movie. So this is a quick title card. Again, I think a lot of straight to TV, DVD, VHS, that's what it was. But we get Belushi again. Dude, is it in his contract that he has to play a harmonica? Because he does it twice in 5 minutes.
Before that, though, we have to watch a homeless guy's feet coming out of his boot first for a while.
I know.
Which, I mean, was pretty gross. Like, I'm like, why are we looking at this? Like, it made no sense that we had to follow this homeless guy's feet first. But yeah, he's playing the harmonica, like really, like, I'm sure he wrote that in there. Let me show him my skills.
Like really good. Like homeless. If there was a homeless guy playing harmonica that good, I'd be like, all right, where's the hidden cameras? This isn't a real homeless guy. Jimmy Fallon, are you there? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. So now the bank robbers again. He seems to always be at the right. I know he's kind of on a stakeout at this point. Like, because again, I didn't know, was he going to become a PI? Did he become a PI at the end of the second movie? Because I didn't watch the trailer for this. So when we see those guys, I'm thinking he's a PI at this point.
Yeah, but he was ready to go home. So he was on a different stakeout, right? Because he said, all right, Jerry Lee, let's go. We're ready to go home. So like, that's
what's confusing. They had it set up because obviously there's a setup for what happens where he like really like if that really happens.
But see, I don't think it was. I think he was there for something else, undercover for something else, because I think the bank was a random thing. I think it was like he just happened to be in the area at the right time.
What do you mean the bank, the whole thing was about. No, the scene is where he's sitting there, and I think his guys that he worked with told him to look for something, and then he was following them.
Yeah, but he was leaving.
He walks into the surprise party.
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, duh, I forgot about the surprise party. All right, never mind. All right.
Well, wait, where he pulled a gun on a party of people, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. No, okay, I forgot about that. Okay.
And then I was like, oh, let's just have a party. So they set that whole stake up just to be able to get him into there. Dude, how about with the toy they got him? Because they were saying goodbye. Like, oh, you're going to retire. Both of you are retiring. And they get Jerry Lee a remote control cop car, and he picks it up with his teeth.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, I thought he was in he threw it away. He picked it up and threw it away. I thought he was going to like break it because that's what he does in the first movie. Like anything like I think there's a part in the movie where he chews a bowling ball in half. Or no, not a bowling ball. I'm sorry. A pool ball like that. One of the bad guys throws and Jerry Lee catches it in his mouth and then crushes it. So I thought he was going to do that with the cop car. I thought he was going to crush it, but he threw it away instead, which is pretty funny.
Well, he's amazing with his teeth that he uses later, which is pretty wild. But yeah.
Okay. You know what? Listen, I think I can deal with a lot of the stuff he does in this movie. I can't. That one thing he does later on is like so ridiculous. Like it's funny that he was trying to train him for that, but the fact that he does it, that's the only thing that made me be like, oh, come on, really? Like it should have been like a walkie-talkie at least, like a button, like step on it, like something like an intercom, not dialing or I can't. All right, we're not there yet, but that's okay.
Yeah, speed dial. Why didn't they just have him? Oh, he was on speed dial, right? He was number 1 on speed dial.
How about like just leave the phone on the whole time? Just call him. Right? I mean, like I mean, we're not there yet, but like, yeah, have a say. Listen, I'm going in now. I'm going to leave you on the phone here with Jerry Lee, and if he barks, come down. Very simple. Instead, no, let's teach him to dial.
And then some guy, hey man, it's probably a crank call. It's just a dog barking.
Well, I was gonna say, it would have been funny if he'd like dialed and you hear Tony's Pizza, and he dialed like the wrong number.
That would have been really good. So the one guy I didn't write down his name, and I wanted to pull the clip, but I didn't have time. Was the guy who leans over, and I forgot what he says. You really gonna retire? He was like that bald black guy. He's the same guy from Happy Gilmore. That's one of the movers with Will Sasso.
Oh,
He's
yes,
like, double
you're
or
right.
nothing. I bet you
you're
can't
right.
do it. But
Yeah,
he has like the same like sassiness.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
And they get completely shit-faced. This is like the most shoehorned in lazy way to get to that I've ever seen. Like this is like a Rube Goldberg, but in a movie. So he gets so shit-faced with his dog. They're sharing
Which is
pint.
Okay. First of all, the stuff that Jerry Lee eats in this and drinks in this movie can't be good for dogs. I mean, he eats prunes at one point, and dogs can't have grapes.
How is he 15?
He can't. I mean, drinking beer, is that good for dogs? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So it would have been funny if they showed him like the dog drunk, Jerry Lee like wobbling a little bit, and like they should have showed something like that because Jim Belushi was pretty hammered.
Yeah, and woke up with one of those Maltese dogs that have all the wrinkles. And Jerry Lee goes, "Roo!"
Oh my God. See, we just wrote a whole thing. If he walked one of the ugliest dogs possible and you see him like look at a dog and run out of there, that would have been great.
I want another one. They need to make another one of these movies. Why not?
I'm with it. I'm there.
It would be great. So now we get, so he's shit-faced. They tell him, hey, you got to get out of there. Bar's closing. He goes, hey, let's go sleep it off. And I'm thinking, oh, he's going to go sleep it off. Like maybe at the station or somewhere. He's sleeping in his car where he gets woken up by, which I've never seen before, like jet water shooting street sweepers, I guess, on like a really crappy road, not like a main road in a city, like a crappy side road, which wakes them up.
And, well, why would you? I mean, listen, first of all, he drives around in a convertible in the shadiest areas throughout the city. I would think if I live in a city, convertible's probably the worst car to have.
Yeah.
And he literally, there's a scene where he's the only car in the street sneaking into an underground nightclub, whatever, like a creepy thing.
Oh my God, dude. What was that?
His car's going to be there when he gets out. Full intact. Like it's not going to be ripped apart. I mean, to have a convertible in the city is stupid. So yeah.
Okay, but then so he gets woken up. Remember, he was just shit-faced at last call. So this is, do they say where this movie takes? I'm guessing it's Illinois.
No.
Is there any marker ever?
No, I think it's, I thought it was
Oh,
New York.
no, I'm sorry. They filmed it in San Diego. No, it's on the West Coast.
Are you sure?
They filmed it in San Diego.
No, because I thought they mentioned like either Jersey or something else, like upstate New York. They mentioned something. I could be wrong. I thought it was New York.
I'm going to check real quick.
But
because I know it was filmed in San Diego. Let's see. Where is this movie set? This is the fourth movie? Wait, so there's 3 K-9 movies before PI? I thought this is the third one. That's what it says on IMDb.
I don't know about that. I think IMDb is wrong. Is Jim Belushi in all of them?
Oh,
there is no K-9.
If he's in the fourth one.
Wait, this is the fourth one or is the third one?
Yeah, and there's a movie called K-911. So the whole series goes K-9. Wait, what? There's one called, oh my God, dude. There's no way that's a real sequel.
What?
There was a movie that somebody put on IMDb. No, he's not. It's a movie called K-9000, written by Steven D'Souza, who wrote Die Hard. But it has nothing to do with this movie, but somebody snuck it in.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
All right.
But anyway, let's see where this movie's set. I thought it was San Diego.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't have it. But it's a 0% on Rotten Tomato. Do you know that? Shocking, right? This movie, I'm saying. You don't think that's shocking? 0%?
Oh, 0. I'm sorry. I was thinking, so 0? It got 0?
It only has 6 reviews. So again, this movie's straight to...
And Son of the Mask got like 25, 30?
No, I don't think it's that high.
To me...
But
I thought it was.
Yeah.
But, some of the things, the interaction is great. For it to be a 0, I think that's a little ridiculous.
Lame. I know, lame. But again, back to the real life Rube Goldberg.
Okay.
So that happens. He drives drunk. He's like, all right, I'm good to drive. He starts driving. Oh man, I'm out of gas. He's out of gas. He pulls over, and while he's like yelling at himself, Jerry Lee sees, like, he looks over and there's nothing, right? You don't really see anything. It's just, hey, what's going on, Jerry Lee? He can smell dead bodies.
But this is why he hired him. He needed, I'm telling you, like, his senses, like that he could do and smell and what is insane. Like he literally is a super cop. Jerry Lee is a super cop. And so he could smell the dead body. Well, he's a dog. I mean, don't they have a great sense of smell?
Dogs can smell fresh blood that quick. Oh, this is weird.
What's
so he
weird?
goes past somewhere that somebody has a paper cut?
Oh, well, don't dogs every time they see, I think they're like kind of like vampires. Every time they see blood, don't they lick it right away? Like if you have they do. If you had you've had dogs, right?
I have dogs. I don't. Okay. I remember
so
showing them my wounds.
You never showed them a wound, and they just lick it right away. Supposedly their saliva.
Next wound. Hey, bear, come here.
Supposedly their saliva is supposed to be good for the wound or something.
Huh.
I don't know. It could be an old wives' tale, but they
Man
do lick
in Annandale dies from dog lick.
Where is he licking? I mean, if you're going to have a title like that, you better have a little bit more detail of where the dog is licking. Because, I mean...
They want the click. You had to click.
Okay. There's two jobs in this movie, career, whatever, that I didn't know. I don't know if they're real jobs. And if one of them is, I'm shocked.
Oh, I know you're going to talk about it.
Okay, so
we'll get
there
pretty quick.
I know.
So now they're out of gas. He smells the blood. They go over. They see the security guard at like the micro labs. Which again, this is 2000, so everything's microchips.
Yep.
So the bad guys actually have pretty good masks, but dude, again, like the one bad guy gets pissed off, right? And he kills the other guy because he drops the thing.
So, well, I mean, you watch this guy later on. He is pretty crazy. And that's part of what I was disappointed with, because I think he played a pretty good bad guy. Like the way he kind of left and it was changed over to someone else. It was kind of lame. Like to me, he should have stayed the bad guy, right? But what's with like, and a lot of these movies always have like some weird masks that like like this was a weird mask. Like what happened to just putting like a ski mask on? Like
now think people want to stand out and nail that mask, because just think again, I know it's something that everybody tries to replicate and they do it in movies sometimes. There's like whatever, the dead presidents from
Point Break.
Again, Point Break, but like they want to be like, oh, we're going to be the people that have this new thing. And it just looked weird. But it was two guys pulling off like this huge operation to steal like these 4 microchips that are prototypes. Like we find out later in the movie from Dooley's buddy, that is like technology that's 10 years into the future. So he can be like a millionaire because of it. So they're going to send 2 guys in to do this?
And how'd they get it in? They only had 1 security guard?
Well, there was another guy dead too. There was a guy in the front, the next guy, but this should have been more, of course.
But still, I mean, if this is a high-tech security, thing that they're stealing, I would think it would be way more protected. And you would need more than just 2 guys. Like this is not a 2-guy job. And they made it very easy. They made it look like it was very easy to do.
We find out later, which is another thing that's disappointing with the ending, is we didn't find out. I would love to have known how it happened. All they did was mention one line, and then that is explain the whole movie, like the whole reason of the movie, like how they knew how to get in the micro labs place, and like the fire, you an insurance adjuster. It was like, oh,
yeah. No, that was my, like, as I'm watching it, I'm like how'd they get in there? All this, like, it was like, but we got there towards the end of their crime anyway, right? Like again, there was a lot of details missing. But again, even when they were like running away, like they didn't seem like the top-notch criminals that should be taken, that are doing this crime, So yeah, it was very weird. And again, you're right. The fact that he killed him, you're right now. You have a security, or you have a policeman who you think, and a dog, and you don't know who else is there. You don't know if there's any other cops there. Wouldn't it be better to have 2 people trying to escape, right? than to try to escape yourself? Now you have 2 guns. You have like, you can help you. No, like, I mean, like, escape by yourself, that's a gamble this guy took.
Yeah. And then Jerry Lee eats the microchip. He's like, oh, what's that? And he eats the microchip.
Okay, so Jim Belushi didn't see him do that.
No.
So how did Jim Belushi know he had it?
Oh, he only knew it because he started pooping everywhere.
But he didn't know
he was pooping and fart. No, he didn't know what it was. And then he took him into the doctors.
No. Yeah, but he was when he was searching through his poop, he was looking for something. how did he know that Jerry Lee had something that was important to the case?
He went and got a scan. He went to the vet and they did a scan and he goes, I don't know what this square could be. And then when he finally pooped it out, then that's what he went, that thing still works?
Okay. And that was gross, by the way, that bag he had.
Oh my God, dude. How about when they were escaping and they were going into like the nearby factories? They ran into like a laundry factory and then one was like just sheets. It was just like
that knocked him out, that he was knocked out. That's like that whole scene was like just, and no one else called the cops. Like, I mean, well, I guess they came afterwards, but like it took that long for the cops to get there. Like, the workers that were there, you would have thought that like they immediately, as soon as they left, they would have called right away. The cops should have been, they're in the city. Cops are everywhere.
And then he's retired, remember? So he just retired the night before. So they're like giving him the business over this whole thing. Like, oh, yeah, you're retired. Hey.
See, but isn't this the same thing in every movie? Like guys that are super cops, guys that have solved so many, big cases, the minute something like points at their direction, they never give them the benefit of the doubt. It's always like, oh, so it pointed, do it like, do it. He lost his license. Yeah. They thought he was part of the case because his, all like, doesn't his track record show that, this guy's a good cop, he's not involved in anything bad. Like it never works on it. Like they like look at Martin, the Riggs. They're always pointed at Bruce Willis. They're never, their past experiences are never credited to the present where they are now.
Yeah, they forget, especially McClane. It's more like Riggs and them don't get in trouble for like causing all damage. It's like,
they worked in the streets.
They did. They were crossing guards
they're crossing guards. A week? Like I think it was like 3 days, 3 hours, and then like they started shooting. Rick started shooting the guy, so it didn't last long. But I mean, like, first of all, that would have been a great crossover. You have McClane with the Riggs, and like, how great would that have been?
Hey, it's Paris. I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
That would throw Dooley in there. That's a great combination. And while you're at it, you might have throw Action Jackson in there.
Oh my God, dude, that would have been cool. All those guys all together. God.
Oh my God.
So I like the FBI agents, like obviously our guest Matthew Bennett, and the other guy, really great actor, dude. Kevin Durant is like,
and you could tell like this is his early stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought they were the bad guys. I thought they were the guys. Okay. I thought they were right off the bat because just the way they were acting and like, I guess the angle they went with was funny, because they really played two idiot FBI agents. But I mean, I also could have seen them as the villains. Like they're the ones in the masks and other like part of behind the whole thing. And but yeah, Kevin Durant, that was a young Kevin Durant because he's first of all, he's a huge guy. I mean, he's like, so.
Plays always like a great like bad guy, he does. Like Russian. Like he was great in the Strain TV series on FX. No, he's good, man.
Oh, and then did you see the movie where they kidnapped the girl, the ballerina? She's a young girl, and then she turns out to be a vampire.
Oh no, I didn't see that. That just came out, right? Like
it came out a couple years ago. It was actually very funny. But Kevin Durant's in there,
or
Annabelle, and Kevin Durant's in there. Oh, is it Kevin Durant? No,
Kevin Durant, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. And he's in there, and it's actually a funny movie. It's worth watching.
Yeah, check it out. I think it was on like Peacock, so no. Yeah. So now he just retired and he needs his pension. So
they took his pension away. So he has no money.
But he's broke. That he's like, oh man, I don't know what we're gonna do. They froze it until the case is closed. So now he's gonna have to be a
okay,
PI.
but he has no money in the bank at all.
No, he asked guys for $100. Hey, can I get $100? Oh man, I don't know, man.
Well, first of all, how quickly his coworkers turned on him in seconds.
Yeah.
But it's the way he, like, if he said, listen, I need money, they took my pension, he just grubbly, like a grub. Would you say, like, he didn't even say why. He just said, can I have $800 or $500? Like, you know, like,
and the one guy's excuse is like, oh man, my wife's birthday's coming up. And he's like, oh yeah, no, don't worry. Get her something nice. So he only has $300 left?
And you're talking about, he just lost his pension right now. So if he has no money and the pension was going to
last week's paycheck, right? He should have this week's paycheck.
Oh, okay. Even if he did have last week's paycheck, why does he only have a paycheck? His house is nothing spectacular. He's like, he's a single guy who, you know, like, he doesn't spend a lot of money. So he hasn't saved any money all this time.
It's not.
What is he spending it on? Because
they should have made him like kind of a drunk or something. Because he doesn't. He got drunk at the party, but it didn't seem like that.
No. So I mean, I know dog food could be expensive. So maybe that's what, you know, although he doesn't feed him. I don't think he feeds him any dog food in this whole movie. I think he feeds him everything but dog food.
Oh, yeah, to get him to poop. Yeah. So I love that they're not helping him with money, but they offer him ideas. And the one guy's like, hey, do you still have your PI license? And then it was like, and then you're thinking he's going to go with that. And then what is it? His idea? No, I'm going to breed my dog.
Okay. He heard that from somewhere. Where did he? Oh no, someone told him, right, at the park. Was it at the park? No. Where did he hear about it? Was that on the radio or something?
Oh, I don't know.
I forgot.
Started it.
Okay. So first of all, how creepy he was pimping his dog out at the park.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay. But is there such a thing as a guy that lines up female dogs for breeding?
The dates?
I don't think I don't think that's a real job. First of all, you know, like because and like when you breed, you're kind of not mixing like breeds the way he had it. Like, I mean, it was such a pimp kind of scene that they were doing. It was kind of it was weird, you know.
What do you mean, Maurice? Maurice's IMDb photo is from this movie. There's a big role for that guy. But how over the top he was. Oh,
that's real. God. Well, he has a line.
That's
in
his
movie.
IMDb photo.
Okay. Well, you know, we're here. I'm going to say it. So
is he going to do it or what?
Is there such a thing as a dog fluffer?
Oh, I know. He was going to fluff him, right?
He was going to fluff
him
dog.
To get hard.
But
get your dog hard is basically what he said.
And if he can't do it, I can help him. I mean, is that a thing though? Like for breeders, like is there a dog fluffer? Is that a job?
Yes. He does both. He wears two different hats. Uses both hands.
That was cringy. And then the fact that Jim Belushi was able to get that across to Jerry, and Jerry understood. He understood what that meant. I mean,
better do it, or that guy's gonna.
I mean, you know, I don't know. That kind of creeped me out. That was like, ugh. And then now I'm thinking, like, is that a real job? I don't know. You know, breeders, you know, like, do they put down like dog porn for like dogs that they get them in a mood? Like how does that work when you have two dogs that you're trying to breed? And like, what if they're not interested right now? Or what if they're not like, you know, like, how do you get them in a mood?
You just keep, I don't know, maybe there's some pheromones or something. But how about like just the montage of him going? So it was weird because you would think it would be the opposite, right? It would be like, oh, I want to get puppies for my female dog. So I'm going to go do a montage of different male dogs.
Right.
It was like him saying like, hey, my dog's ready to breed. And then all these different people,
all these single dogs that can't find any dates, you know, are desperate to find, you know, it was like The Bachelor. It was The Bachelor for dogs.
It was, yeah. Ooh, they're making faces at each other. Jerry Lee's like covering his, like, the little dog. He was like laughing, like, I'll kill that thing.
Oh my gosh. You know, I think Jerry Lee should get like some kind of award because he literally, like, his reactions to these kind of things were great.
Yeah,
like they were great. He really was. And I mean, it was The Bachelor for dogs. And you know, I didn't even think
it was great too. Catherine in this movie, she was great. But why the hell have the connection, any of that? there's a line later in the movie, like could be the very last line. We'll talk about it that I wrote. It would be the line. Why is there no connect? It's weird. They set up a connection. They have a meet cute when they're talking about the dogs. Oh, why do you want the dogs? Oh, my niece and nephew. I want them to have one each, and I want one, and blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, that's so nice. And he's like, do you have money? And he's like, it's so weird.
Well, his he doesn't have a lot of. Okay. First of all, he looks way older than the girls that he keeps hitting on. I mean, but both of them, like it was creepy a little bit. Like he looked like there was a part, like I think he aged well because he still looks the same. But when you see him next to these women, especially the one later on,
Laura, you're talking about Laura, the almost
Courtney Cox kind of like,
yeah.
But he just looks so like, and it was creepy the way he was like really pushing to like watching her change or whatever.
Oh
like
my
it was,
God, yes,
it was, but he was just looked so old in that scene. It was. But yeah, like he has no game, and so did this woman buy the German Shepherd or she already had one? And like, it probably would have been cheaper just to buy 2 German Shepherd puppies and give it to her nieces than to go through all this.
I would think so because he gets paid once and then he gets paid again.
Yeah.
So he gets paid just for him doing the first bit.
Yeah.
But how about before the montage start, there was a girl, I don't know, it wasn't the poodle, it was some other dog, and him and Jerry Lee both looked down at a lady's chest. And then that's where we get the montage to the tune of Ain't Nothing from Nothing, Jesus. Like that's the song for them picking the girl.
Yeah, no. Well, in the first movie, when Jerry Lee gets laid for the first time, I think it's Walking on Sunshine. So like because literally I think Jim Belushi leaves him. He goes, all right, I'll be back. You come back in 5 minutes or whatever. And he leaves Jerry Lee alone. And then he comes running out and jumps in the car. Like they do a lot of the similar kind of things. And like I said, you have to watch the first one because a lot of this of their interactions will make sense by watching the first movie.
All right. No, I will.
Yeah.
They have such a weird relationship. Like just them flossing each other's teeth. He's just flossing his. They're like grooming each other, petting each other, and then we get like we get that really quick because he's getting ready for his big night. And this is where I wrote the guy's name is like a fixer, the guy Maurice, and he's like very nervous. Like, is this gonna happen? It was like, does he have a next breeding to go to, or it was such a weird thing. Like, why is he involved?
Because he's the one that brought in the 7 women, or that came.
I know
in
he did that part of it, but I think Belushi. Like, where do you find that? Can you?
That's what I'm saying. Is it a real?
Is that a thing?
And how do you get that job? And what woman, or I guess guy, doesn't make a difference. Who's going to bring their pet to someone like that, where you're finding first of all, he says he had his papers. I don't think he had any papers. So,
remember they were crumbled up,
and he had said, there's coffee stains on it. So. But I mean, like, I was wondering, like, what did those papers look like? Because he never got papers from Ed O'Neill. So, like, what? And this guy accepted it, so yeah. I mean,
well, I guess because the lady was getting sort of a discount. It was like this weird thing. She's like, I don't have a lot of money, but he was smitten with her, which made no sense to later in the movie. But again, for people to reach out and be like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I want my dog to get pregnant. And so he's like a dog matchmaker. Like that's his job.
I said it matchmaker, pimp, bachelor, like that. That's all 3 of those are go along with what happened with this. So yeah. And this scene when he's trying to have him have sex and Jerry Lee doesn't want to, like he was forcing his dog to like. I mean, imagine that. Like, so he treats Jerry Lee pretty much like a son. Like like he's like flossing him and like they're like best friends. And he was forcing him to do something, and he wasn't he's not attracted to his own kind. He's not.
Yeah.
Like how awful is that he's like forcing Jerry Lee to do something for money? Like it's like pimping out your daughter. It's like pimping out your daughter.
Yeah,
to make some money.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah. And okay, so here's one of my biggest questions.
Okay.
Where did they get the poodle costume?
Oh, dude, weird.
Why?
Right? That was weird. Again, I didn't know the reason
Right, you don't know the backstory.
it.
Right.
But
right.
again, I got like, oh, he likes poodles, but very weird for the owner of the other dog to be like, again, I don't know, how would you take it? Like, oh yeah, you don't want to bang my dog normal? I don't want you.
Yeah, like, are you insulted? Like, my dog's so ugly that you need but who has a poodle costume for dogs? Like, is that something that,
Wait,
wait.
the breeder either has it, or maybe
no, I don't think the breeder has
Jerry
it.
Lee owns one.
I think Jerry Lee owns one, and Jim Belushi, like anytime, maybe when Jerry Lee's drunk, he has to throw it on the girl he brings home. He makes her, they role play, and he has to put it on the dog and say, "Listen, I can only do it if you're wearing the poodle outfit."
Oh my god!
Because there's no reason. First of all, I've never seen a dog costume that's another dog. Like,
I know.
Right? I mean, that's weird to begin with. So that's clearly
Why?
a role.
We dress like other humans for Halloween.
We do, but
so dogs should be other dogs. They should go as Scooby.
I've never. Well, I think it's role playing for Jerry Lee. I think it's the only way he can have some kind of action is if they look like a poodle.
some female dog, some bitch from the dog park.
It has to be a poodle.
Yeah.
But it has to be a poodle looking. It's so weird. And
you want to wear a shirt? This is the only shirt I own.
If you told me what was going to be behind that door, I would not have come up with that.
I was.
I was thinking maybe like a bunch of roses, maybe a light, music, or something like that. Like that, I thought like they were going to do like a romantic kind of thing for the dogs, not a poodle costume on top of a German Shepherd.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Oh my god, dude! So then she pays him. That's where he gets like his half up front for the breeding. Almost sneezing.
So it bless you. It's just cat. Like there's no contract or anything. It's just here's half of the cash, and then we'll give you more money later.
He doesn't have good papers, so if he had real papers, maybe he gets a contract. But he uses like of the where was it 1,000?
Yeah,
he used 100 to put out an ad in the paper. So to do the PI business, and this is where he catches the FBI spying on him as he walks across the street. This is where Jerry Lee bit the tire.
See, so things like that, like no way a dog's doing that. But Jerry Lee, again, in the first movie, he crunches a cue ball. So so that's why when I saw that, I'm like, oh, it's typical Jerry Lee. Like I'm also thinking like, all right, he's retiring now and he can still do that. Like my dog is old now and she's lost a lot of teeth. So like Jerry Lee, dogs lose teeth as they get older. So if he's retiring, he shouldn't have all his teeth that he's able to rip apart a rubber tire, Yeah. So
freaking unreal, that dog. So then now we get a little montage of like you said, they made the cops, the FBI agents, kind of like the Keystone Cops, like very silly, because then they keep getting caught, and then Dooley comes out, he moons them, and then he gets them wet with the sprinkler, and they try.
He plans it so that, which, see, now the guy was ready to either punch him or arrest him. He started walking towards him, and he gets soaking wet, and then he leaves. At that point, you're already wet. Why wouldn't you just go ahead and still go after him? You're embarrassed.
That guy's so embarrassing cartoons.
Okay. So they have to walk away. To me, at that point, the worst is already done. There's nothing else he can do. Let me still go after him. No, what's his name? Kevin Durant's like, no, let's just go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of here. You're wet, man. Embarrassing.
So stupid.
So now Jerry Lee, we find out that he swallowed that microchip and he needs to poop it out. Dooley, this is where we.
Well, before he does that, he does a lot of farting because it smells really bad.
There's somebody online loves dog movies because just searching for just for this movie, their page is just all animal things, and he had a montage of all the farts.
And I gotta be honest, the farts sounded weird in this movie. I mean, at first, when the first time I heard it, I wasn't sure it was a fart. Like it didn't, like I'm surprised you didn't hear the typical like horse fart like we heard with Caddyshack 2 or whatever. Like, you want to hear something like that. Like this was like a weird fart noise, but like Jerry Lee was farting up a storm, and I think he was constipated, right?
He was, yeah. Because that's why he brought him, because he was constipated, and then okay.
And
then Zoro meet what was her name, Laura, for the first time. She was looking for her missing husband,
which again I thought. Listen, she was good looking. but
Yeah.
her acting was awful. She was like a soap opera actress. Like that's how she was acting. Like it wasn't good.
Did you look at anything else she was in?
I did not. She reminded me of Courtney Cox a little bit. Like a
Yeah, no,
younger
I can
Courtney
see
Cox.
that.
Yeah, but no, I didn't look. Was she anything good? I don't. Yeah, actually, did I? I might have looked her up, and I don't think she was in a lot of stuff.
I don't know. Let's see. Laura Fields. But yeah, like, so she comes in, she hits the ad that quick. Like, that was who she was able to.
Where was his ad advertising? Like on telephone
In a
poles?
newspaper.
Oh, it wasn't a newspaper. Okay.
No, he spent $100 spent an ad in the paper. And it was funny because he looked at it. Remember? He was like, oh, look, the paper. And he smacked it with his
You're right.
finger and then knock, knock, knock. And she was there. So I was like,
I mean,
okay.
Okay. If you're trying to hire a private investigator and you walk into that house, would you say, like, I don't know. I don't know if this guy's gonna be any good. Like
He
he's
should
working-
know it's crooked at that time.
No, he definitely should. Oh, yeah, but this is his first case, so you know he's probably just excited. But I'm just saying, like, if you're hiring a PI, or is that something like PIs just live a slobby life? Like, do you think they like,
usually are, right? They're usually very messy.
And they always show that. Like, I would think a PI,
Yeah.
like, if I'm going to hire a PI, I want a guy that's like, looks sharp, that, listen, he knows what he's doing.
Clean house. Doesn't have,
they always
like,
look
food laying
dirty,
everywhere.
always have a dirty office. Like, it's,
Yeah, so I had her name wrong. Her name's Kim Huffman. Her character's Laura Fields. Yeah, she was not in much.
Yeah.
She was in Rin Tin Tin kind. Whoa. So one of her first acting jobs was Rin Tin Tin K-9 Cop. And then guess what? Years later, she's in K-9 PI. Look at
so
that.
she likes dog movies.
Yeah, she likes dog
Okay.
movies.
Okay.
She's
All
in there's another season of Handmaid's Tale. She's in this upcoming season. But yeah, just one episode. But yeah, she's still acting. But yeah, dude, her again, right from I'm just like, this is weird. He should have done other cases first. He should have done like an Ace Ventura, like solve something.
But no one's hiring him. So what choice does he have?
It's been a day. The ad just hit the paper.
So you think he's turned her down?
I'm not saying for him to turn. No, I'm talking about the writing of the movie. Give us a case that he's like, he gets something simple like
how long do you want the movie to be? That we have to do a whole case with him before he?
Dude, we could have cut out this 7 dog sex montage, do it to 3, and then use the other 4-minute spot for something else. He finds like a missing purse or something.
I don't know. I think
his
this
first
movie
case is this intense. My husband disappeared. My fiance, we were planning our wedding. He disappeared.
There's only 2 reasons to hire a PI. Someone's cheating on someone or someone's missing. There's no other reason to hire a PI. What else are you hiring a PI for? I mean, in any movie or even in real life, you know, if you were to hire a PI, the first reason you're going to do it is because your wife's cheating on you. Like that's PI. Or again, if someone's missing. So I don't think he had too many choices. And then, not for nothing, I don't think anyone's going to hire him. I mean, I can only imagine. Did we see the ad or no? I don't remember seeing the ad. I can only imagine.
But he pointed to it. I remember he read it out loud. But how about when she started crying and he couldn't find a tissue or anything or paper towel, anything? He gives her an old shirt. Oh yeah, it's clean.
The running gag that he does, like a multiple, and he said, "I'm running out of clothes to give you" or something like that. Like I think he makes a comment, but like, okay, if you're crying that you need a tissue and someone gives you a dirty, who knows how long it's been sitting out there? You're gonna put your face in there?
Yeah.
That's gross.
Very gross.
So, yeah. So,
but he doesn't even know what to charge too, right?
Oh, well, yeah.
Because she's like, how much is it? And he's like, $100 an hour plus expenses.
He said it's going to be a lot. That's the first thing he said, right?
Yeah. Maybe he didn't want to take it because it seemed pretty intense, maybe a little dangerous. But yeah, $100 an hour plus expenses. I'll provide you the receipts, of course. And then she gives him $1,000. And he's like, okay, great. But again, that's only 10 hours. This is a hard job, right? You got to think interviewing people, leads, you're going to run out of that in a day and a half.
Well, what counts for the 10 hours? Is it the 10 hours she gives him the $1,000 and from every hour from 10 hours from there? Or like, does it count? Can he sleep? Do those hours count?
Oh, I think he has to sleep. Yeah. He doesn't get paid to sleep.
Well, how does she know that he's doing the work? You just gotta. This is a guy you don't know. How do you know that he's like literally? He could go away for two days and say, hey, I worked for 10 hours. I couldn't find him.
I guess
I need
that's
another
true, right?
$1,000.
Could you imagine? And then asking for proof like a moron and be like, can you show me proof? And then they show you a photo or something, or and be like, how can I not believe them? I don't know. I'm not a professional snooper. I guess I gotta go with
this
it.
is how lawyers work. So you are putting your trust in lawyers when they have a container, but still, like, this is a guy that, again, you're finding in the newspaper. Like, who advertises in a newspaper? Usually, like, handyman, the town handyman, like
dog puppies for sale,
dog walker, maybe like a private detective that's going to cost you $100 an hour. I don't think he's advertising in the paper.
Yeah. So, the good ones don't need that. They have billboards, the good PIs. So now he's trying to get him. He's still trying to get him to poop. But the grieving woman, how about this? She's crying. The camera zooms in on her boobs. This movie has a lot of zooming in on boobs.
There is.
For
I was
what is sort of a PG movie, right?
There's also a zooming in on his crotch at one point, I think. Like when he was wearing shorts.
Well, the other guy's crotch, Freddy the Fence, or whatever that Freddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Frankie the Fence?
Frankie the Fence. He, at first, it's funny. I thought he was, who did I think he was? When they first met him, I thought he was this, was it Ed Harris? Or I thought... I
guess he kind of could look like him, yeah.
But the first scene with him, I thought it was him, and then I heard him talk. I'm like, no, it's not Frankie. Yeah, they did a lot of zooming in on like crotches and breasts.
Yeah.
Well,
but then he finally poops because he gives him like that disgusting smoothie where he throws like everything in it.
But it looks like fact motor oil. He's hiding some of the stuff he's putting in there. He's like, yeah, I'll only give you one. And he's like putting a bunch in there. And he's like, I mean, so was that like a real recipe that he had? Or is he just mixing things up that like, because he put I think he had hot stuff in there. He put
hot sauce. Yeah.
And dogs can't eat raisins because aren't raisins grapes? Like dried out grapes?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Well, dogs can't have grapes because it kills them. So the fact that he put prunes in there, raisins, I mean, like,
Well, he's a super dog, so maybe they
true.
They can withstand grapes in their belly.
That is true. That is true. So all right, but it worked because he walked
it out.
Well, at first he said, I guess he couldn't go because he was poop shy, so he had to. He said, "I'll give you some privacy."
Yeah,
and then he goes.
And we talked about it before. Yeah,
I was to say, like. Again, literally, Jerry acts like a human. I mean, like, the fact that, he needed privacy to poop. Like, even though you can't hear him talking, like, you don't hear like a Bruce Willis speaking through his mind, like, you don't need to. Like, the way Jerry Lee acts and the way that Jim Belushi is able to make you feel like Jerry Lee is a human and understands everything he's saying, that's what makes it so good. Like, like you believe that. Like he's standing next to a bush. You believe that Jerry Lee needs to be going to the bathroom privately.
Yeah.
And man, does he go.
Yeah. And then we find out that Chip is like this. We talked about it a little bit before, but it's like, oh, this is like prototypes that has like technology that 10 years ahead. You could probably sell it for $2 million. And it's like, whoa. So then this is where he sneaks in. He goes to the police station to get information. He finds out about a fire from a few years back that happened at the micro labs. And then he's able to get into his boss's computer. And that's where he finds out how does it lead to the rave again?
Okay. Well, first of all, a couple of things. So first of all, I would assume when a cop retires, they lose access.
I would think they make them turn in their badge and guns.
But I mean, I would think they would lose access to any kind of like you wouldn't be able to sign on anymore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he signs on immediately. And I would assume also a cop's, computer system, whatever, would know, it would show someone just signed on, or you just last signed on at this time or whatever. Like he had to known he was going to get caught, doing that. But I think what happened was he typed in the name of the was it the boyfriend, and it found out it wasn't him or something like that, or it was a different name.
Yeah, he prints out because he uses the name because he said, oh, I need some information, name, like where to go to school, and then his social security number, and it was like an 84-year-old guy that was dead.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
don't forget though. Also, when he's on the boss's computer, Jerry Lee's standing watch.
Yeah, and a girl walks up. I wouldn't be like, oh, that's kind of weird. Jerry Lee's by himself in the hallway and a door's open.
Yeah, right. And Jerry Lee shouldn't have been there anyway.
Yeah.
Like she's like, "Oh, hi, Jerry Lee." She pets him and walks away. Like
you stopping by yourself? Oh, you're
like Jerry's still in the
office.
office. Like he's a regular in the office. So I mean, and first of all, okay. So if you're a dog, like if your partner's a dog, which Jerry Lee's a partner to Jim Belushi, I don't think the dog is with you 24 hours a day, like at the office, sitting in a desk. Like, I don't think like that's like, I think they have to pick up the dog at, wherever the kennel or whatever they are.
The doghouse, where the dog lives. Yeah.
I mean, the way they make this movie, I'm assuming that Jerry Lee has his own desk, right? Like sitting across from Jim Belushi. That's what I think.
That'd be great.
But I think that's what happens.
He has his own bowl.
Yeah,
Belushi has his cup of coffee.
I think he has his own desk because the woman did not, like you said, did not seem surprised that the retired dog is still in the office
in front of an open door. That's
and
the captain's
Jim
office.
Belushi's not there. So the dog's there without his partner, Jim Belushi, who's his
Julie?
owner. Didn't even ask, right? Did she
He's
ask?
on vacation.
Okay, if she asked him a question and he barked and she said, "Oh, okay," and leaving, then every person there understands his language.
That would be amazing. That'd be awesome.
Oh, did you say he's in Miami? Oh, okay.
Oh, great. You want to hang out later? Oh, cool. I'll pick you up and eat.
So stupid.
Oh my God, dude. And now again, did Jim Belushi write this movie? Because the next scene, he is like a god to a bunch of women high on ecstasy. One girl was like a smoke show, and then the other girl had a boyfriend.
Okay. So first of all, this whole scene to me is extremely weird because the building doesn't look that big, and towards the end of the scene, they're like 100 feet up in the air, 100 stairs, but it looked like a warehouse. Like it looked like a little warehouse, and he didn't look like he climbed up all those stairs. Well, like he climbed down the stairs, but like it was a weird, and it was like a high, like it was like a vertigo kind of high anxiety kind of staircase. Like where'd that come from? But yeah, like this scene was creepy too because again, that one girl was like all over him, and he's making out with her. Like he wrote this scene. Like, listen, I just want a girl to make out with as I'm in there.
Yeah.
They're all having a rave, and I'm gonna be in there, and no one's questioned again that a dog is walking around, and he's not. You're in a place with people all drugged up everywhere, and you're just gonna let the super dog, walk around wherever he wants to go. Like you're not nervous.
Comes back with like a necklace.
He's
a glow necklace.
He knows exactly where to go, what to do. Like, I mean, I think it'd be funny if like when the dog, like in the first movie, I think is like he might have tackled someone like he's standing on them for duly to arrest them. But like after Jerry Lee like takes someone down, he starts barking at the guy as he's like reading his rights.
Like he's saying him at the same time. I do love the guy that we're looking for. This Billy Cochran.
Oh my gosh,
he has like those yellow lens Oakleys. He's not a great bad guy. He seems like almost too nice to be a bad guy. And
I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I just think he's just like he played the role like a typical druggy dude, kind of guy. Yeah.
And Jerry Lee, again, he helps him because we hear the gunshots because the guy's like, "Who are you? You a cop?" And he goes, "No, I'm not a cop. I'm a PI." And he shoots at him. And then Jerry Lee, dude, he does a jump through the ducts, the air ducts.
Well, first of all, the fact that he knew to go in the air ducts.
That was pretty wild.
And then we see him crawling. Like,
it was a cool shot. Very McClane-ish. Like we just talked about it.
I'm telling you, that's Jerry. You have to watch the first movie. The stuff that Jerry Lee does, it's insane.
Right,
so yeah, I mean, and the fact that like, first of all, and also Jim Belushi's a good cop, right? The guy shoots at him, he pisses him off, so he does one shot and knocks the gun out of his hand.
Yeah,
one shot, but he was also out of shape. I mean, like you can see, like when he was like breathing heavy because he had to chase this guy down. Which again, the how high they made this, I still don't get it. Like it was
they're
so
running
weird.
down for so long, then when the guy he knocks his gun out of his hand. I wonder
he shoots it out of his
happen
hand.
Oh, he shoots out of his hand and it falls down the.
Well, I wasn't sure if he got shot in the hand and he dropped it, or he shot the gun and like it dropped him out of his hand, like because he wasn't bleeding or anything. I don't think so. I think he shot.
No, but they did the whole show to make us know, like, oh, this is really high up.
Yeah.
How the gun falls.
The gun
and you barely
falls
hear
all
it
the way
hit.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then I wonder if that how often does that happen?
What?
Like, has a bad guy really done that? The hanging somebody over the edge? Like, I know Suge Knight did it.
No, okay. You see that in movies all the time, over the roof, but it looked like an old staircase that banister looked like that banister could break at any moment. Like, the fact that he's leaning over like that, and like, I mean, one little slip, you just murdered someone. Like, I mean, like, and they do this again. They do it all the time. I'd be curious. I bet you like some people that were involved with like maybe the mafia have been at that end, of the stick, but
they maybe
cops, if it was a real thing.
Wink.
Yeah. And when I say mafia, I mean, I'm making that up.
Wait, wink.
But I mean, I wonder if like that's it's a good question. I haven't even thought about that. Hanging someone out the window, hanging them, by their ankles, holding them up, and like, that was in what was it, Red Heat, or one of the there. No, that was Tango and Cash.
Arnold does it in Commando.
No, Tango and Cash. They do. They were hanging. They were hanging the guy from it's in
Brian James.
Yeah, Brian James. They're hanging him. And such a good movie. How they never did a sequel to that one. Oh
no, that'd have been awesome.
Yeah.
So now Dooley and Jerry Lee, they're discussing the evidence over pizza, and he puts the microchip in Jerry Lee's collar. It's a good place to have it. But again, thinking about 2002 computers, it was like the triggering computers. Like, it was like the green lettering, the way he's typing and going through it. You're like, oh my God, dude.
Is that the safest place? You have a dog that's extremely physical with the stuff he does. I mean, I have dogs. I've had multiple dogs, and collars have come off. Whether they're wrestling around or it snaps off, and like, I don't know if a dog that jumps through windows, goes through air ducts, runs around chasing bad guys, that's the safest place to put it. And again, it's a dog that, let's be honest, I mean, it could die at any moment. I mean, the stuff that Jerry Lee does, really, he should have died like 20 times in this movie. So I think he could have found a safer place.
No, I agree.
Okay.
He could have. Maybe like, didn't he have another hiding place somewhere else for something later in the movie? He had something else in his apartment, but yeah, you're right. That thing falls off, you're screwed. So how about like he looks up the Kevin Wingate, and this is where I wrote down, like, is Kevin Wingate in mix of like with these chips? Because the girl calls Laura Fields. She calls and says, "Oh, can you help me? I have a flat." And it's like, that's very weird. That's where I knew, like, this is like she's putting herself like involved. Like, she's so rich because she says a line after this when he says, like, your husband, he used a fake name, a dead guy's social, so he probably isn't real. And she's like, money is no object for me. And I'm like, her car was not really nice. It was very weird.
But also, he's a PI. Although I don't know if he put it together. So I have two theories that he was doing with this. So first of all, being a PI, he should have realized that she had no one else to call. You hire a PI, and the only person you can think of to help with a flat is the PI that you just hired.
I know.
You have no family, friends that would help you out. That's one. But two, so on his end, is that the point where he started like questioning her because
because you think he would have like almost like had sex with her if he knew she was bad?
Yes. Oh, wait a second. You think that would have stopped him? I don't think anything.
Know.
If he knew that this woman
if he
murdered,
thought she was dangerous, you're gonna let
He also
her be
told
on top?
Jerry Lee that Jerry Lee, did you see her legs? So like,
I know, yeah.
I mean, so I don't think anything would have stopped him from having sex with her, right? So I think part of him questioned, like, because nothing she told him was right. Right? Think about that, right? Nothing.
Yeah.
First of all, the social security number, you're just going to hand it over to a PI that you found in the newspaper. You're going to
I
hand
know,
someone's
right?
right.
That is true too.
Okay, but that was the wrong number. The name was wrong. There's a lot of things that were happening that I think he was starting to figure it out, but he figured, listen, let me go along with it. I'm still gonna try to have sex with her, and then because I mean, also like he's soaking wet. He gives her a shirt to wear. Why
Oh
didn't he
my
give her
god, dude!
Like he said, I'll give you a shirt. Like now,
A weird like bowling shirt, right? Was it like a
which still didn't look that long, but
I
what
know.
what do you say? Like I'll give you a pair of sweatpants and a shirt. Like no, I'll just give you a shirt. like clearly, like I mean, he was so creepy in this scene. Like he knew why he was giving her only a shirt. He's standing there watching her like almost change, or that she was changing. She's changing in this. Like, why wouldn't she go in the bathroom and change? Why are you changing in an open room? It's just so weird. Like, and she like accepted just a shirt. She knew this guy an hour, just for an hour meeting. That's it. And you're going to trust staying at first of all, his messy house.
I know.
It's
no towels, no napkins. No
I mean, the
tissues,
fact that
nothing.
you're using a shirt to blow your nose, that should have given you a sign right there that you're going to want to sleep on those sheets. Like if his shirts are have snots all over it, what do you think's on his sheets?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She had a dog. She had a poodle. That was the second poodle thing. It was like, oh, he's into it. Well, she's like, oh, my dog's in the car. And I hope you don't mind. And oh no, we don't mind.
Well, that got Jerry Lee all excited. You see?
Yes. And what does Dooley say? A very creepy ass line. He says, "Be gentle." Very weird.
That was weird.
How about like I don't know why I mixed how this got cut into the scene, but right around this time too is when he's having the dog practice the pencil and the cell phone thing, and his buddy tells him like
it was after the scene.
Oh, it was right after.
Oh, it was way later on because it happened right before he did the last stakeout or whatever, the last thing. That was later on.
No, it wasn't right before that.
Well, I mean, meaning like it was like a scene or two.
We're not that far to the end of the movie because after this part is when the hookup happens.
You missed the part when he shot the bad guy shot the other guy.
Well, that happens like right at the same time.
I thought it
so
happened
while
before.
they're having like this meet cute at his place, he keeps cutting to different things. One is when her husband, that we find out, well, we kind of know at this point, I think, like, all right, we know this is the bad guy. This has to be the connection. Yeah, he shoots they meet like under a bridge, right?
Under like no one else around. Like, first of all, this guy should have I mean, he was nervous to begin with, but he thought like he's just gonna walk away. Like he didn't even run. He didn't he knew, I mean, like he was so clueless. I mean, it was clear that this guy was gonna kill him. Like,
no, this was right after the cell phone thing, because then that's when she shows up at the house. She shows up after he helps her with the tire thing. She doesn't come there. The shirt is because she's not able to get into her own house. He changed the lock.
Oh, the shirt wasn't the car part.
Yeah, she wasn't wet because of that. He just helped her with the tire then. This is when all the locks are changed.
Okay, you're right. And that's
so
when his house is
why
raised.
he comes, and that's why he brings. Yep.
So the shooting happens first because that's when the guy goes to his house, ransacks his house, and then the girl comes over. Okay, all right. So we're a little out of order.
But the shooting is bad. The guy, hey, it's okay, man. We're fine. You're good. And then he starts walking, and you can just tell because you can't see the guy, but he gets off the motorcycle, and it's like.
But like he says, are you sure? Yeah, like 4 times. Like he had it so he knew.
I'd be running.
Yeah, 100. That's what I'm saying. He didn't like run. Like he wanted to meet in the most secluded area. That should have been if you're gonna meet with a crazy guy, like a main guy, and like he's questioning your, first of all, why did he even tell him?
Yeah.
Like what? Why? Like he didn't have to tell him that he met with Dooley. Why tell him? It would probably never get back to him. That he,
I know. It's I didn't say anything about you. Nothing.
Yeah,
I didn't say
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So how about when this is where it gets a little really weird. I know we did cover some weird stuff already, but how about when Jerry Lee, like when he takes off the dog's collar, the equivalent of the bra? Is that the dog bra?
100%. That was exactly what they're doing.
Very weird, dude. And then he gave her a bone.
What kind of bone?
Euphemism.
So, okay. So how many days? So is this like one day after he had sex with the yellow dog?
No, probably like I would say 3 days because they met in the rain the night before. So he probably met her the first time. The next day was the rain, changed his tire. Third day was her getting locked out. So yeah, 3 days ago he boned the other dog.
But meanwhile, this is the only scene you see the dog. You don't see the dog the rest of the movie.
The poodle? Oh yeah, we don't see it again.
Like, this is like the big thing from the first movie. Like, he finally got another, and he ends up going to the dog he doesn't find attractive. So
yeah, that is true.
It almost would have been funny if, like, at the end of the movie, the dog, like, as they're walking away, they had to put the poodle costume back on.
That'd be really funny, dude.
Like, fine. If I'm going to stay with you, you got to wear the poodle costume.
You got to wear the poodle. How about the girl when he's flirting with Laura? This is when he thinks he's gonna maybe gonna get some.
It was cringe.
Do you want any snacks or anything? She goes, do you have any raisins? Oh yeah, sure. And he takes him out of the raisin brand.
Okay. Which I thought that was pretty funny. That was funny.
Very funny.
But
yes.
I mean, how random. You have a girl at your house. Do you have raisins? First of all,
yeah.
What single guy is gonna have raisins at his house? I don't think any single guys.
I buy raisins. Raisins are good.
You're gonna have raisins at your house? You have raisins at your house right now?
Yes. I love them. Kids love them.
You eat them randomly?
Yeah, why not? They're a good snack.
I don't think a bachelor guy is wearing. If you're a bachelor out there, I want to know if you're buying raisins.
Potato chips.
You have potato chip soda,
snack,
yes,
cake.
And pretzels and popcorn. That's what you have. You're not having raisins. So I mean, listen, he didn't have raisins. He had Raisin Bran. Big difference.
Amazing.
So yeah.
And then it got very gross, right? Dude, when she fed him the grape, the raisin, that was insane. Because it was like, they're not good raisins in Raisin Bran. They're not huge raisins. They're like this tiny one. And like,
I actually prefer them than regular raisins.
Wow.
Like, I don't like raisins, but I like Raisin Bran and I like Raisinets.
Oh, okay. You like the sun 2 scoops? The cool sun with the sunglasses?
I just don't like regular raisins. They're like,
okay.
And you probably like the yellow raisins too.
Oh no, I don't like yellow raisins.
Don't they taste the same?
I don't know. I never buy them.
Okay.
I see them. There's some things I'm like.
So how do you wait?
I'm really wondering.
So you never had it? So how do you know you don't like it? You just don't like the look of it?
No, I'm just saying I never tried it. I've
right.
never.
Yeah, but you said you don't like it.
I just want the raisins that I know and love.
I know,
I don't
but
want to try a new raisin.
What if they're better
what
raisins?
What if I take the yellow raisin for a test spin? I like the yellow raisin, then it changes.
Then you leave the other.
I'm a new guy.
What if you mix them? Now you got.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay, here's the question: How come Raisin
Bran
at
38?
How come Raisin Bran doesn't have yellow raisins? There must be a reason.
They should because maybe it looks like pee.
I don't think that's
yellow's a weird color.
I don't think that's why. I don't think that's why. The brand is yellow.
The sun's like I'm the only yellow thing around here.
How do they make yellow raisins? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Too much about raisins. All right.
Yellow grapes, I would think. They would have to be yellow grapes.
What yellow grapes are out there? There's no yellow grapes.
I don't know.
Wait, you don't know if there's yellow grapes or not? What?
You think they're coloring them?
No, I think there's red grapes and there's green grapes. There's no yellow grapes.
Yellow grapes, they're a thing, dude. Oh, you know what they call yellow grapes? No joke. I just Googled it. Green grapes. They say yellow grapes.
Okay.
Yellow seedless grapes.
Guess what? They're not yellow. So why do they call it yellow if they also call them green grapes? Are they yellow green grapes?
That's weird. Yeah, because it says cotton candy grapes. That's not
I've
yellow.
had those. Those are awesome. Cotton candy
good.
grapes are great. Yeah.
I'm in my
Yellow
freezer
grapes.
right now. But yeah, they're not yellow. That's green.
You freeze your grapes too? I used to do that when I was younger.
No, we bought them frozen.
Oh, really?
But we have frozen them, but there were these ones that we saw for cotton candy.
No, I used to use them like a sucking candy. I would throw the grapes in the freezer and then just eat them like that. Yeah.
Oh, you had them, but you mock me for having raisins? Single guy, you're sucking on grapes?
Wait a second.
Other bachelors can have raisins?
Wait, you don't think the average person would have grapes over raisins?
God, really?
Yes! No.
That sequel's only let us know.
Okay,
Are you
first
a
of
grape
all,
family?
First of all, I can't stand a little raisin box. Okay? That box is obnoxious.
That's a waste, dude.
Okay,
and
well,
it's sticky.
Okay, right, it is. And they stick together. And first of all, the whole raisin thing is just so gross. There's no way. There's no way. If you took a poll of all our listeners, I would bet you 90% pick grapes over raisins.
Wow, okay. At sequels only. I'll put a poll up on YouTube or all of them. And we'll
people like Seth Green and what's the other guy's name? They eat
You
raisins.
always pick the wrong person.
I know that.
Seth Green's a good guy.
He is. Who's the other guy? Jamie
You're
Kennedy.
thinking of Jamie Kennedy.
Okay, Jamie Kennedy. Well, they look the same, don't they?
No, one is a redhead who's short, and the
All
other
right.
one's kind of like
Seth
taller.
Green is from Austin Powers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I like him. The other guy I can't stand, and he eats raisins.
He eats raisins. He's a raisin guy.
Well, he's not working, so he's sitting at home eating. He has the box of raisins with him, and he's just
Saddam Hussein, big raisin fan.
I'm sure he is.
Well, he was. He's
okay. Jay Moore, raisin fan.
Jay Moore?
The guy stopped talking to me. I was talking to him. We were supposed to get him on the podcast. He gave us his cell phone.
If you really think about his timeline of his life, he was going through a really rough drug.
But now he does. I've reached out to him multiple times. He's read it, but he doesn't respond. Back in the day, he responded all the time.
I know he had his assistant. We had it all scheduled, and then he flaked.
So that's why I think he eats raisins. He's a raisin guy.
that's what you say to diss someone. You just say, yeah, you might. It looks like a raisin guy. What'd you say? That'd be like the new McFly chicken.
That's funny.
Hey, honey, he probably eats raisins. That son of a bitch. But how about the fact that she's feeding him?
Oh, I know.
In that scene, and then it's about to be like, she seems like so mad. I wrote, because at this point, I knew, maybe it was 50-50 that it could be her involved. But I wrote, man, she must be really mad at her ex. Oh, I think the next scene is when I really knew.
I thought
she
the
gets
flat
caught
tire.
snooping.
Yeah, well, obviously, but the flat tire.
Now looking back, that makes a lot of sense.
But
okay,
one more thing about the raisins. So on this podcast, we've talked about what's tough looking food. That's not okay. So if
like a little ball sack.
Okay, but you're a villain in a movie and you're eating grapes, one at a time, you're pulling it off the vine, you're eating the grapes, or you take the little box, you eat a little raisin, you take a box, you eat a little raisin. Which one is tougher? Which one do you think the villain's gonna eat?
Grapes not that tough either.
If you're comparing the two of them, ripping it off the vine and
that's
taking
so
the whole
hard.
thing, or taking the whole vine, pulling it out like a Fred Flintstone, you're pulling the whole thing out and there's no more grapes on the vine. That's tough.
Whoa.
Or taking the little baby box.
And you have to scoop your finger in the box, and then you can't get them all. Some are stuck for life.
There's no villain eating raisins. That's all I got to say.
That's true.
Okay.
Heroes only eat raisins. Heroes.
All right. So, but yeah. So
you felt already at this point she's definitely in it, right?
Well, I just felt like why there's something fishy about her. Why is he the only one that she called for the fire tire?
Yeah, that was definitely the first red flag. But I think when she was about to hook up with him, I was like, man, she must be so mad at her ex. And then in the next scene is when he pops back in, and she's snooping.
Well, that's when he definitely knew. I mean, without a doubt.
And then she's like, "Oh, I'm leaving now." We're fine. And then at that same point, when he sees her leave, is when Dooley gets taken into the police station because they talk about Billy Cochran's death because he was the last one to see him.
And again, they're giving him a hard time at first. It's always that angry captain. And it's funny. A lot of the movies, these kind of movies, it's always a black captain. It's like the angry black guy, black captain that just yelling. You got Beverly Hills Cop, same thing. Lethal Weapon. No, Lethal Weapon. It was what's his name?
No, Lethal Weapon.
Pantalone, right? It was Joe Pantalone.
No,
what's his name?
Lethal Weapon. Joey Pants. No, Lethal Weapon. One of the captains is what's his name from
the guy with the
Halloween 3.
The guy with the white hair.
Yeah, the guy who's banging all the girls in all those horror movies.
Right.
Yeah, I forget his name, but
all right,
I should know his name. But yeah, remember he's banging all the girls in Halloween 3.
Yeah, you're right. Oh,
he leaves his wife, his ex, they're on the outs with the son to go bang a 20-something-year-old girl. Oh yeah, I'll help you find your dad.
What a creeper.
Brings a 6-pack where she's trying to figure out why her dad's face. Remember his face exploded, or the people killed him in his room.
Oh my
God,
god,
that was the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, nuts.
All right.
So now
All
this
right.
is where Dooley's going to meet with an informant. He goes to meet with Frankie the Fence, which
Well, we forgot when the other guy met with Frankie the Fence.
I definitely missed this. I walked out of the room because I remember
okay.
they mentioned Frankie the Fence, and then that's
Okay.
where I walked
Okay.
out. So who meets with him? The bad guy, right?
The guy with the motorcycle, the guy that shoots the
Okay,
other guy. Yeah, he met with him early on. So and he kind of gave him like, this is your last chance kind of thing or something.
Oh,
you know,
to Frankie.
So, yeah. So yeah. So now he's meeting Frankie the Fence at a public again. Such a great thing that Dooley does, like Jim Belushi. Like it's the way he does it. I think he does it in the first movie also. It's the same thing like Axel Foley does. You sit at a table with someone eating, you know, and you kind of bombard them. So like they're surprised that, you know, what's going on right now.
At least in Beverly Hills Cop, you see other people reacting behind. Here, no one's reacting.
No one.
To a man getting. There's a dog in a restaurant, and he's biting a man's nuts, and the guy's like,
and he does that. Well, first of all, his face almost looked like he enjoyed it a little bit. Like he had some of the facial expressions he was doing. But Jerry Lee does do that in the first movie too.
Wow, they're doing a lot of callbacks.
They are. So, but yeah, I mean, and like, so do you think he had the meatballs, or do you think he had the hot dog and meatballs? Like, what do you think he was?
All of it. That's a big snout. That's a snout, dude. He's taking it all in.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So do you think like he was giving pain, or do you think his fear was like, all right, like he was more afraid of what this dog is going to rip off, or do you think he was like squeezing and he was in pain?
I think he was in pain.
Okay.
I think he was really biting it.
Okay.
He had some like serious looks on his face until he he kind of gave in, and then I was like, okay. Let me be able to, I want to sell this microchip. He's like, oh, okay. How much? And he's like, $2 million. The guy's like, $2 million. And they say, well, I'll walk. And he's like, no. It's the prototype. All right. He's like, you tell your guy to bring the other 3. Then you're like a weird, like, okay, yeah, we'll meet him at and it's always that, and I wrote down, like, it's always funny whenever these people want to meet for deals, always the shadiest places, right?
Always shady, and you always got to go alone. Like, that you're going alone, you know they're not alone, right?
Oh,
it's
which is shocking that in this movie, he is alone. Because he killed all the people he works with.
And like, how would he know if Dooley brought backup surrounding the place? I mean, like,
I know.
I mean, they never. It's always come alone. Like, yeah, I know.
And Frankie the Fence wasn't there to be on his side. Like, no one was with this guy. Which I think was super bizarre. Like when we find out,
his wife.
What happens? She wasn't like with him at that time.
I think she was.
So you think this whole time that
yes.
All of it. So she murdered him?
She did.
For no reason? I thought he was trying to like cut her out.
Well, but I think they were working together the whole time. He wasn't missing because they knew they were missing that piece. They knew that he had it. And so she had to get, how else did she hear about it?
She could have been following him.
How would he know that? How would she know that, the dog was involved?
Dooley would be able to, she might know that, Dooley is going to meet with Frankie the Fence.
I think
she probably still has some intel, but the fact that she was able to come up and shoot him.
Yeah. Well, I think she just double crossed him. But she, she probably didn't like him. Maybe he was, but I think they were working together up to that point.
Because she said he got sloppy, which is the things he was saying to the other guys.
That's
like,
what I'm
you're
saying.
being sloppy, I'm going to kill you.
Correct.
But his line when he goes, my boss is going to come alone. You have to come alone. And he goes, no, he's going to be in the car. No dog, no deal. And where they meet is really creepy, like a foundry. It almost reminds me of, like, for a movie that's a comedy, it has one of the best endings, dude. Mo Money. That fight scene in that movie.
Yeah, no,
like them fighting and like landing in like the gravel, and you see dude. Great movie.
See, now you know what would be funny in this movie if they said, all right, he'll meet, but he's meeting the dog. The dog's doing the deal.
That would be like if you really did like a scary movie version of this movie. You would have the dog
100%.
Be the main character doing most of the speaking with like a rookie cop. That would be a great movie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, so I mean, we did kind of. I mean, you talked about it. We did skip over the fact about the telephone thing. So but
Oh my god!
yeah,
Dude.
I know we have to. But I mean, so like you knew that was going to come and play at some point.
No, well, he says it before he goes, so you're like, oh, this is going to be
No.
something. But the fact that he doesn't like Velcro it down or tape it down, the fact that he just leaves it in something, the dog doesn't have thumbs, so the dog has to like reach in.
But like I said, he's training his dog because he knows he's probably going to be in trouble. He's going to need backup. So why not plan on, hey, stay on the phone, call the backup beforehand and leave it on. And when you hear him bark, or how about park 2 blocks away? Like, I mean, like, you got to stay at the station. Like, yes, he said, come alone. So I'll come alone, but just park 2 blocks away. He's not going to know that you're 2 blocks away. So you can come right there. Like they, in these movies, they never think they have backup just a couple of blocks away. So they're not seen. The only time they do that is in Lethal Weapon when Riggs is with a sniper in the desert.
Oh,
and they drop him off. Like, that's the smart way to do it. Like, right? Like, you have your backup, but you are coming alone. So
Dooley at this point he's trying to reach Laura because he's trying to call her. Like, this one just before he goes in, he's trying to call her. He keeps going to voicemail. And that's where I wrote, like, does he not know she's in on it at this point? Like, he's calling her, it seems, that like to really reach her. Like, why would he even be trying to call her? And then, what's so dumb? He had the dog trained with a pencil, right? But in this scenario, it's a pen. Again, I know it's the same thing, but why not be the exact same thing?
How about train him with his nose?
Or something.
But he's got a nose. Why can't he poke it? Like the numbers, Get a bigger cell phone with numbers that he can use, Yeah. Like I said, a walkie-talkie would have been perfect.
Oh, yeah. Just nuzzle a button.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was so stupid, dude. And then now he goes inside. He gets caught. What's name is a gun, obviously. Charles. When he calls him Chucky is really funny. But he goes, that's not your social security number. And he goes, what does it matter? And he goes, it does matter to the IRS, your ex-wife, Blockbuster Video.
Does Blockbuster Video have your social security number?
No. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you imagine being in a line, like going to a new video store for the first time and there's like people all around talking and we're like, oh yeah, can I have your social so you can rent Joy Luck Club? Like, what the
Joy Luck Club. That's the first thing that came to your mind.
I would Seinfeld, because that's in that Seinfeld episode.
Okay,
right?
yeah, okay.
Because he needs to watch a different movie, but one of the movies that they mentioned I think in the story was Joy Luck.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I read something that is the weirdest Seinfeld episode ever. Like that scenario. Think about it. What is he doing in that scenario? I know there's other ones that are weird situations, but George needs to watch a movie because he doesn't want to read a book. So he follows a guy. He steals the guy's address to go to his house, not to say, "Hey, are you done with it so I can watch it?" To say, "I'm gonna watch it with you guys." Very weird, and be creepy with the
they let him stay. I mean, that's even creepier. So,
dude. And the fact that he explains it to his wife is the funniest.
Oh.
This is a man named George.
And the fact that he's like taking their popcorn and like he's just like,
I know, dude.
Like the most obnoxious guest possible. Like he's just,
and I think he calls him by whatever his first name was. The guy, he says it really short. Maybe the guy's name's like, I forget what it was, but instead of saying Jerry, he'd say Jer. He's saying a little more butter, and then that's the guy that kicks him out. Oh God! So Jerry Lee's trying to use the phone at this point because the first gunshot happens. He gets it like stuck in between the door, which is like,
I mean, like I said, he does some crazy stuff in this movie. This one was just so over the top. It's like, I was like, if I hated this movie, this is the scene where I would have really hated the movie. Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I kind of bypassed it. It's a silly movie. It's fine. But this was just so ridiculous. This whole
But at the other side, I know that's so stupid. I hated that part of it. But at the other side, it's so great. Again, kind of thing we talked about before we started recording. Like, I love when people talk crap when they're like,
oh yeah,
captive. And the fact that he's like, oh, okay, Chucky. And he goes, oh, Chucky, you don't like that. Oh, when you were a kid, they were talking about the murderous doll.
Well, that like that. And again, that's why we like McClane. That's why we like Riggs. Like all three of them are very similar. When they're like, even Riggs, he's chained up. he talks smack. I mean, like all these guys, like the toughest good guys always talk smack when they're chained up because they're not afraid.
Yeah.
So I mean, Belushi had a chance to run when the guy was upstairs and come down. Like, I mean, the guy has a gun.
When he's turning around the stairs, just run, dude.
He literally took his eyes off Belushi and turned his whole body to walk. Like, but like, I mean, like I also think a lot of his movies, like if this is real life, I don't think bad guys leave good guys alive too long. Like, I mean, like at this point, he if he was planning on killing him, he would have killed him already. Especially, I mean, like it just seemed like, especially when he gives him the thing. So
you would think like in the newspaper would be like, a 39-year-old male escapes bad guy, his gun jammed, or the timer went off.
Or he goes, told him the entire plan of what he was doing.
So he's able to get out with 5
day.
seconds to spare. So this is where he's about to get like shot. The gun's to his head again for a PG type movie, pretty intense. Gun to his head. Like he goes, "What do you need with me? You have the chip?" He goes, "Nothing." And he puts the gun to his head, and you're like, "Oh my god, dude!" And then he gets shot, and you're thinking like, "Who could it be? Maybe like it could be like Bennett and the other guy." Like, no, Laura is
what
the
if it was
mastermind.
Jerry
I'm
Lee?
telling you. With a gun, like on SNL, right? Didn't the dog get a gun in a sketch?
I mean, listen, if he could dial a phone, why can't he shoot a gun?
Oh, I'm sure he can. Yeah. Oh, God,
or like throw
amazing.
a grenade, like somehow pull the pin out and toss a grenade or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, he has a little knife.
Yeah,
but I do love like the one thing again. He might have already been on to her, but the fact that he kept calling her was kind of weird. And then he does the cop thing. I think like he doesn't want to be wrong, but when she starts taking off the gloves, then you're like, oh, okay, she's obviously bad because why would she be wearing gloves if she's just protect? But again, is any of that real? Like the whole scenario she painted?
I again, they don't. I don't know. I
He
still
didn't
think
check too far into it, right? Did he
No.
check to see if there was divorce paper or like any of that stuff?
Well,
nothing.
Why did he have access at his house? Because when he had his own computer at his house also that he was using.
Oh, why? Oh, I don't know how he had access.
Like, there's no way
they didn't delete his login yet.
They didn't change his password yet. So yeah, so you're still using the same old password.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was funny. The thing you talked about earlier happens again. Like, so now we get a cool like run their chase scene. Sort of. It's not like the coolest because she's not the best. If it was like somebody that could do like what's her name?
Other guy. If the other guy, I think
if it was him, yeah. But I'm saying as a female, like she does karate, she's doing flips, she's actually doing stuff. It was just like a weird chase scene because he stopped running. She shows back up out of nowhere. Dooley gets saved by Jerry Lee. And when she runs out of bullets, it's kind of like we talked about earlier when they held the guy over at the club, Doyle or whatever that guy's name was. She leans back on the railing when she's out of the bullets and she almost dies. She almost falls to her death.
I thought she was going to die. I didn't think they were going to
save her. I thought so too, but I'm like, this is a PG movie. So she's not going to die.
Then I told my wife, I go, you watch, Jerry Lee is going to be like, Jim Belushi is going to be falling in, and now Jerry Lee's pulling both of them up. That's what I thought was going to happen. Like Jim Belushi's going to start sliding down. And then, But yeah, I mean, like, to me, again, she's shooting this guy. She's probably never shot a gun before. She's not a killer. She's not
she made the shot from that far away. She did that shot, but now when he's 10 feet away.
Right. I guess to having her to be the ultimate, I could understand if she was in on it and then he killed her, her husband. That would have made more sense. Like he met with the woman,
Thanks for getting him here, honey.
Something like that. Right. And then he killed her. Fine. And then now the ending bad guy. But I guess the same thing is he wouldn't have saved the guy. Like him saving her with Dooley. It to me, it fell flat of the villain. Like it wasn't like, I don't know.
No, that makes sense. But Jerry Lee saves them all. And I love that she's like she gets arrested. She's like trash talking Dooley.
Yeah.
And that's when I wrote like, man, he should have boned her. Like, could you imagine that?
Wait.
Like if he did sleep with her and then she's doing that and they could have been like, hey, if this wasn't PG, that would have been the scene probably like, hey,
no,
slept with me. She's like, oh, yeah, I'm so "Oh, I'm so sick of you." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I do to women."
Well, at least he's honest.
Yes, and then that's when you get the line from all the buddies. Hey, so Dooley, are you retired now? And then his captain goes, "Your pension's on my desk." Is that how that works?
That
He's
fast.
in possession of your pension?
Yeah. And it just sits there the whole time. So, yeah.
Oh,
And-
you're good
and-
now. You can take it.
So she's arrested. What happens to her dog?
Well, we haven't seen it. Oh, yeah, and he's dead. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
into the
so
kennel.
no one's taking literally like that's it. That's it. They left the dog behind and never heard it from again. Like it was a big
Yeah.
scene with the dog. I mean, like yeah.
There was a lot of missing callback jokes that I'm guessing it's on the cutting room floor. Like when the dog was, before he actually was able to dial the phone, he ripped through the seat, the entire seat. When they were leaving the scene, they were kind of like, he was like, "Oh man, what were you doing? You were waiting for me to get shot? You came in at the last minute to save me. You couldn't save me earlier." At that time, that would have been great when they sit in the car, him like hit his butt on the ground. Something.
Yeah.
No,
No.
next thing we see, they're driving and everything's fine. This is where he's getting to meet the puppies. He meets his kids.
Yeah.
Says, "Jerry Lee, you're dad."
He meets his I guess soon to be wife. And
No, that's what I mean. I don't think that's happening.
I think so.
Dude, the line was, she says a line that is perfect setup for him to say a line, roll credits. She says, I promised you the pick of the litter. His line should have said, "And I want to pick you." Boom. End the movie.
Okay. They're together and Jerry Lee is stuck with the dog he doesn't find attractive. That's it. I still think it should have ended with the dog walking in the park with the poodle outfit on. that would have been funny. So
no, that was good, man. And then they should have kissed or something, but that's it. That was K-9, P.I., Jamie.
Yep.
It's been a while that I think I'm a yes here, but would you recommend someone to watch this movie?
I think it's a fun family movie. I think Jim Belushi. I would say watch the first one first, right? Because there's a couple of throwbacks to the first movie. You'll love the interaction between him and Dooley, and I think that adds to this. So I think if you're gonna watch this, watch that one first. But it's entertaining enough. Listen, it's a dog movie. I mean, you throw any dog movie on, I mean, I'll watch it. If you're a dog person, it's a good family movie. It's funny. And I think it's definitely worth watching. Sure.
Cool.
But watch the first one first.
And again, I went in blind. Yeah, no. Yeah. I wish I would have, because they were still funny jokes. Because to me, it's like, all right, the poodle is
But the
dog bit is of the beautiful dog, like the blonde woman.
So it's funny is you probably saw those scenes so differently than I did. Like I knew exactly why they did it. You're like, what a freak! Like he needs a poodle outfit. Like So yeah.
I was like, I get it. That's like the attractive dog, how that works. But yeah. So yeah, dude, K-9, P.I. Okay. And now we're gonna cover a genre we haven't covered too much.
Wait,
right?
No.
What?
Sorry, I'm calling a hall pass.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
So you know what? I haven't done a hall pass all year. Did you hear the music?
No, I heard it. A Hitchcock hall pass.
So I had a couple movies I was going to choose from. I haven't done my hall pass yet. I have 2 of them this year. So I figured, you know what? There was one I was leaning towards, but then I'm like, this is a movie, you know what? It's going to be fall time soon, getting closer to Halloween. But like, the birds are going to be, flying south.
Wow.
So we're going to cover The Birds 2. Because I also figured
Hendren's back.
we're probably never gonna get anyone from that movie.
Yeah,
I've tried, and 90% of the cast is dead. So in the movie and in real life. So I think we're gonna do Birds 2 for my hall pass.
Cool. That was somebody that I don't think we ever got him, because I emailed the wrong Rick Rosenthal. Because I emailed like a Rick Rosenthal on, I think it was on LinkedIn. He listed director. So I'm like, oh, Halloween 2? Oh, that's cool. Nope. It was a different guy, but that's awesome because that's the same guy that directed Halloween 2 is this movie. Nice. Dude,
so I didn't want to tell you. I wanted to give you a little surprise. So I wanted to give. Yeah.
Yeah, James Naughton's in this movie, so no, that'll be a lot of fun. So
Now,
yeah, that's
it might be hard to. So I wanted to see if I could find it first before I did it. So I found it on one of my sites. So you got to do some research because it's probably not easy.
We're gonna tell the listeners that you watch a movie, but it's on Tubi. What do you mean? It's on Tubi.
I looked on Tubi. I didn't find it, but maybe you find it.
Oh no! Why? I hate when they do that on Google. You search Google and it says on Tubi.
As soon as I came home, I put on Tubi to look for it, and it wasn't there. But that's what I know. I saw the same thing. So, but our listeners are good. They're creative. They could find it.
Yeah, or I'm sure there's some a lot of clips on YouTube.
Yeah,
that you'd be able to check it out. Oh man, dude, that'll be a lot of fun.
And I
that was a good swerve.
Yeah,
that was a good M. Night Shyamalan twist.
I tried. I mean, like I said, you did 2 already. I haven't done 1, so I'm like, you know what? The year's almost over. We're getting out of summer.
Let it go.
I got to get 1 in there. I was gonna do another one, something else that's completely different than this. But I'll save it for a rainy day.
All right,
the other one.
Rainy day. Oh, yeah. A rainy movie?
Maybe.
Cool. So that'll be fine. So yeah, Birds 2. Sure, you can find it somewhere to rent for a few bucks. And there's definitely some clips on YouTube. I haven't seen the full movie yet. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah. So that's your homework. And don't forget to review, rate, share our podcast. Follow us on all social media at Sequels Only. That's where you check out our website, sequelsonly.com. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.